You're listening to LOA Recon with the Good Vibe Coach Jeanette Ma, where we dissect the ins and outs and the art and science of conscious creation, all intended to amp up your manifesting game. Let's have some fun together. So it's been a little while since I sat down to record a new podcast episode, and that's because I've been in the middle of a big move, which this process has reminded me of a very basic conscious creation principle that I thought I already knew by heart. Turns out, not so much. I'm talking about the when-then syndrome. You know how many people think that if they could have what they really want in this red hot moment, that they'd live happily ever after, they'd be happy campers. If they could just, have that relationship or lose the weight or have the financial freedom, whatever it is that they really want, they think that if they could just have that, then their life will be made. Yeah, you guys, that's a big misconception because you know how you're going to feel when you get what you want. Exactly how you've been feeling all along, whatever that is. Because external circumstances cannot dictate how we feel. The only thing in charge of how we feel is us. And anytime we think that how we feel is conditional on what's happening out there, we're setting ourselves up for a very big challenge. And I thought I knew this. Some of you have heard my story before when I learned this really well the first time. Remember, this is back before I was LOA savvy. I was working a job that I really, really, really didn't like. And when I asked myself, why do you make yourself go to this job that you hate? Why do you go every day? The answer was because I needed the money. So in my thinking back then, I thought, well, then just get rid of your need for the money. Because then you could quit this job that you hate and you can do something you like better and be happier. So that became my new mission, to pay off my debt so that I didn't need to work this job for the money anymore. And I was on a mission. I was paying down debt like a monster. I was making triple house payments for like 5 years, right? With this intention that once I was financially free, then I could live happily ever after. I could work whatever job I wanted to because I wouldn't need the money. I could do something for fun. That was my plan, right? So pay down the debt and then live happily ever after. So I did that for 5 years. I forced myself to, and I loved this job for many, many years in the beginning. It was just the end where it was literally killing me. But I made myself go because I had this stupid plan. So here I am doing a good job of getting rid of the debt. And when on the day that I finally made my last house payment, now I truly have no remaining debt. I'm truly financially free. I own my home. I could work basically whatever job I wanted to pay for food and utilities. I'm free. This is when the clouds are supposed to part and the angels sing, right? This is where I begin living happily ever after. But no, what happened when I made that final house payment was that I was the same miserable zombie I had been for the 5 years that I made myself work a job that I hated. That's when I learned. Well, I didn't learn it immediately on that day. It was in hindsight that I realized, wow, yeah, it turns out circumstances can't dictate how you feel. You got to practice. If you want to be happy, you got to practice that your own self. You can't be waiting for something to happen to make you happy, because even when that stuff comes, it doesn't necessarily mean that's how you're going to feel. Okay, I know this, right? I've lived it. I preach it. Well, a lot of us know this inside and out, that it's crazy to rely on anything external to us for how we feel. That's setting ourselves up for failure. So here I am. It's time for me to move. And I'm thinking, well, if I got to move, I'm going to do it right. And I'd had this little fantasy. It was kind of a someday, wouldn't it be nice if sort of thought, like, wouldn't it be really cool to have a nice big piece of property where you could have more animals and, do the sorts of things that you can't do when you live in the suburbs or the city. Well, I decided, no time like the present, I'm doing it. So even though it took some getting used to, this has been one of those things that the acclimation process to living this lifestyle, to saying yes to this dream, it took a minute for me to get on board with it. But here I am. It's coming down. Looks like it's happening. Then sure enough it is, and it's time to move. I'm thinking, all of the stress that I'd been experiencing through this process of breaking up with my ex and deciding who's staying and who's going and finding a place to go and moving all the cats and all the dogs, trying not to interrupt my life too much, that I was thinking all that stress will end once I'm there, living my dream in this amazingly beautiful house on this amazingly stunning property that has so much potential for me to live all of the dreams that I've had. Every time on Facebook, when I see someone else who has there's a group that has a rescue for old dogs. Oh my gosh, I really want to do that. And every time I watch a goat video of baby goats playing out somewhere, I'm like, I want baby goats. I want a place where I can have baby goats. Okay, well, all of that, that's what I'm moving into, right? And I'm thinking, once I get there, then all my troubles will be over. All this stress will be gone. I'll be living happily ever after. Yeah, you'd think I'd know better, right? So I roll in on my dream home, and the first week of just getting settled, unpacking boxes and trying to put a life back together. I mean, I expected that was going to be a challenge. I didn't think I'd really wake up and be 100% dream come true happy on day one. But even after things got unpacked, and even after that was starting to feel like a home again, there was a couple of things happened that felt exactly like that same old stress I'd been feeling before. The stress, the contrast that inspired this change. And when I recognized, here's what I'm doing. I had stress before, and now I have stress here. It's from a new source, but it's the same vibration I've been practicing. It's the one of anxiety and tension and worry. Even though I landed exactly where I said I always wanted to be, whatever vibration we've been practicing, it's going to persist. Whatever we've gotten used to, that's what we've got in store. So if you want to feel something different, the answer isn't change your circumstances. It's practice feeling how you want to feel. That's the only way we're ever going to feel better. I even knew this when I learned this when I was building my coaching practice. There I was. Okay, so I realized, okay, debt-free isn't the answer. That's not the thing that made me happy. So I thought, well, do work that you love. If you hate this job, what would you love? Hello, law of attraction coaching would be my dream come true. So I quit my job in order to start a law of attraction coaching practice, thinking then I'll be happy. So I was stressed out in my corporate job. I was stressed out when I quit my corporate job because I wasn't sure I'd be able to make this self-employment thing work. I was stressed out while I went through coach training, stressed out while I built my coaching practice. And then I was stressed out when I had a full thriving practice. Sure enough, I manifested plenty of clients, full thriving practice within 3 months of quitting to do it. You'd think that'd be dream come true material, right? Well, it was dream come true material, but I was still stressed out because stress is what I'd been practicing it in corporate job, practicing it when I was unemployed, trying to build a business, and then still stressed even with my dream unfolding right before my eyes. Here's all the clients that I ever dreamed of working with. Here they are. We're having a great time together. And still, I was stressed out. Stressed for a different reason. Stressed because, Mrs. Smarty Pants, one of the things I thought would be cool to manifest was more people who wanted to work with me than I could even say yes to. I could cherry pick my favorite clients. That's what I wanted. An abundance of people to work with because I'd been so nervous about no one hiring me that I wanted to manifest the opposite, plenty of potential work. Well, yeah, I manifested that. And guess what? It stressed me out because I hated telling people no. It wasn't any fun to say to someone who really, really, really wanted to work with me, which is what I had manifested, to have to say, sorry, you guys, between sessions, I barely had time to pee. That's how busy I was. I was so stressed out. It was crazy. I thought, you get this amazing thing that you wanted and you'll be happy. I'll be happy when I decide to be happy. That's when I'll be happy. Not getting emotional. I mean, this realization that it really, truly is an inside job. How many times have we heard that? We even believe it, right? But to be able to live it and practice it, that's the secret. So, if you are suffering from the when-then syndrome, thinking that when you get this amazing thing that you've been wanting, that's when you're going to feel this amazing way you've been wanting to feel, I want to burst that illusion for you. I'll probably practice this again too, knowing me. But I think that the more that we understand and the more we realize that it really truly is for us to choose how we feel, not to use our manifesting skills to create this perfect life that we'll be 100% happy with, that's not what it's about, really. It's about choosing to feel how we want to feel now, right? Because if you don't enjoy where you're at, you're not going to like it when you get there. So when you practice how you want to feel now, that's how you get what you want. Because first of all, what we really want is to feel better, right? Abraham has taught that forever. I believe that. The only reason we want anything is because of how we think it's going to make us feel. So if we can find a way to feel that way now in our present circumstances, that makes us a really powerful match for all the other wonderful things that we've been dreaming about. The other thing I wanted to say about this was that, Abraham teaches this as unhappy journeys don't have happy endings. So don't think that you're going to be able to find your way to happiness by practicing something that doesn't feel good. That's not how it works. Law of attraction is just going to bring you more of whatever you've got going on. So learning how to get happy now, or at least give yourself relief now, or find peace. Whatever it is you want to feel then, find a way to feel it now. That's what the secret is. Thanks for listening, everyone, and happy manifesting.